One of our favorite meals to cook and to eat, simple to prepare for the carnivore diet, is chicken thighs. Chicken thighs, the advantage of these over any other part of the chicken is they're very rich in flavor. They're not prone to getting dry like the chicken breasts do. They don't require really any marination. I always marinate the chicken breast or the whole chicken in salt water so it can sit and soak up water and all that. But you don't have to do that with the chicken thighs. So let's do cost analysis first. Take a look here at the cost and let's see what we got. This is from Walmart store. I bought a couple days ago. Price per pound, $1.77. Total price out the door, $8.43. And you are getting 8 very good sized thighs. Sometimes you might even get 9. So these come out to right at $1 a piece, a little bit of change on that, but I call it about $1 a piece. And 2 or 3 of these and I'm full. So if you ate 3 of them, you're eating $3 worth of food. And that's a pretty good price. So we're going to go into what it takes to prepare these today. And that's the very next step. All right, here we go with the basic preparation for this chicken. I took it out of the package. I laid it out with the skin side facing down. And the way that Tyson does these, they usually have a big ragged wad of skin on the bottom, and I just trim that off because it's just going to get in the way of what I want, which is to put this seasoning to the meat. So let's start off with our seasoning. We want to start off with some nice coarse ground black pepper. Go ahead and put that on each piece. Get a nice little dose of black pepper, not too much, just a little sprinkle of black pepper. That's a very good seasoning. Some of this is going to drip right off the bottom, so we'll get that done. When you're doing your seasoning, it's a good principle to always put your roughest seasoning first, and then it'll have less chance of it falling off. That's got a little piece of skin on it, so we're going to go ahead and remove that. On second thought, we will remove that from the equation. I do not want that skin there. Okay, so we got him out of the picture. Feeling better already. So now he gets a little fresh black pepper to help him heal up a little bit. Tastes better, because all that's going to do is fire up on the grill and make a big old fiery mess for a whole lot of nothing. And there's black pepper on that one. And then the last, you know what? That one has a piece of skin too. This skin is sneaky on me today. I thought that was already gone, and it is not. So I'm glad you got to see this, because it really is something that you don't want. You don't want that on the bottom of the chicken. On the top you want it because it's real pretty, and it makes it look better when you're serving it up. So there's that one now with the skin removed. Okay, looking better all the time. Got the black pepper there. Now, what do we do next? Well, we're going to put some onion powder. Put a nice coat of onion powder. Nice thin coat. Don't get too carried away unless you really love onion powder. Put a little coat of onion powder, onion powder, onion powder, onion powder. All right, and then some garlic. Same thing, thin coat. Thin coat of the garlic. And I'm going to speed this up because I've got to do all of it. So we're going to do that. And then the last but not least, my secret weapon, you can buy this at Walmart, you can buy it at any store, is the Tony Caceres. And this you got to be careful because you can get too much of this in a hurry, especially on the top side. When you do the top side of these, the skin is going to draw up on you. Cayenne got me. The skin is going to want to draw up on you, and what will happen is it will concentrate your seasoning too much on the top side. So if you're going to get heavy-handed with this, do it on the bottom because it won't draw up. There's no skin for it to draw up on. I'm going to put a little extra. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and turn these over. Done copying. Cayenne pepper got me. A little black pepper. A little black pepper. Very simple job. And these will be prepped and ready to throw onto the grill. Today, we're going to cook these on the old Weber grill. I do not even have any charcoal lighter fluid. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some of that fire out of that wood stove over there and use that as our starter. That'll be super easy. Onion, onion, onion. Onion, onion, onion. Onion is a good powder. This is simple spices, less than $1 a piece from Walmart. But onion powder to me tastes like onion powder. I don't have to have it picked from a special country or, you know, organic or anything else on this. Just onion powder from an onion. Make it simple. Keep it simple. And then last but not least, now again on this, you got to kind of go easy. Just a thin coat, because it's going to draw up. That skin's going to draw up, and it'll concentrate your seasoning, and it'll be too seasony. It'll make it, this stuff has got a lot of salt in it, so you'll notice I did not add any salt in this mix, and that's because this has already got lots of salt. Salt's one of the cheapest things you can put. If you're building spice in a container and you're trying to save some money and make more profit, you'd use a lot of salt. Good flavor enhancer, and also cheap for them to add. So there we go. And now the next step is to move this aside a little bit. And just go ahead and get this put in a bowl. And then what we're going to do, that can sit for a little while, and it'll help it kind of soak up into the meat and into the skin. And I'll stick this back in the fridge. And the next phase is we're going to go out and work on our fire. Get the charcoal up and going, borrow some of the fire from the wood stove over there, and get the fire going outside. And we will get ready to load this up. See you in a minute. Okay, let's have a look. Oh my goodness, at the golden doodles. All right, first thing you got to know is we got 10 of these golden doodles. If somebody wants to buy a golden doodle, they were $1,200, then they went down to $850, and then to $650. These little beautiful golden doodles are $450 here at the farm. So if you need a golden doodle, you're looking at them. Now let's look what else we got here. This is Whimsical Farm. Look at that square point shovel making the approach. That's got some very good quality oak wood and some nice coals. We're going to dump that in there real careful like, so we don't burn any babies. And now I'm going to switch over from the large tool over to a smaller tool. Grab our grabber tongs here. All right, watch out, babies. Move out of the way. Whew, they got smoky. That got smoky in a hurry. All right, we got our grabber tongs here. Let's move this out of the way. That'll fire back up. Got a nice limb there, nice oak limb. That looks nice. I'll set it there. Got the oak limb. It's breaking up a little bit. That's no problem. We got some nice fire there. And now what we will let that do is let that kind of settle in. And it will not take long for that charcoal to be up and running. Take some of these charcoal pieces, put them back on top. Look at that. Boy, that's a pretty good looking fire now. Pretty good looking. So today what we're going to do, now we got that part done, we will let that run until it starts to, oh, look at it trying to fire up. Isn't that something? That's a good looking fire. That won't hurt a thing. We're going to go ahead and put our grate on there. Let's go ahead and put the lid on this. I like me a lid on there. I've got the bottom wide open, the top's wide open, and we'll start getting a reading on here. We got our digital thermometer. This one doesn't have a analog on it, but I've got my digital up here. And my alarm is set at 450. And look at that internal temperature. It's already starting to rise nicely. So the next step is let that get on up to about 350 or above, and we'll throw the chicken on it. So I'm going to go in the house and grab the chicken. Boy, it's going to be exciting today. We got that old grill back in service. I love it. The old Weber, he coming back online, getting ready to cook 8 delicious chicken thighs, our favorite in the carnivore diet. Okay, let's take a look at this fire preparation. Well, let's see. The very first thing is we are at 408 degrees and climbing pretty quickly, headed towards that 450. Let's take a look at this. Move this probe out of the way, take a look at our fire, and see what we got. Oh, that's a good looking fire. Charcoal's lighting up good. Those pieces of wood that we brought from the wood stove in the house, they are lit and running. So, one thing we got to do is load some chicken on here. This chicken, I hid it inside here. So these dogs, I got a bunch of golden doodles. Look at them golden doodles all over the place. Golden doodles, golden doodles, golden doodles. Are you about the cutest little golden doodle in the world, or is it you? Maybe it could be you. Maybe it could be this one. Maybe this big boy is going to chomp him on. Don't you mess with them golden doodles. Look at that little golden doodle right there. Is a golden doodle. That's part golden, let's see, golden. That's a golden retriever mixed with the poodle. That's a golden doodle. Okay, oh, you look so cute. Okay, let's grab this chicken. Playing with the dogs too much. Grab this chicken, and we're gonna make this happen pretty quick like. Put it along the back side, so there's not a chance it'll be in that fire. We're using our grill as an oven roaster. Get out of there. Sniper, you get out of there. You're getting too fresh with that chicken. You do not need to be checking on that chicken right there. So here's what we're gonna do, so I don't drop it, because that could happen. We're gonna use that right there. Then, this is whimsical stuff, I'm telling you. Lots of whimsical. So now we're gonna use our grabbers, and we will place this precisionally along this edge. I could not do that while I was trying to balance a dog and a container and no table. So we got that. We'll get a table next time. We want a little air gap between this so that good smoky air can flow in between the chicken. Just a little gap, little gap, little gap, all the way around. We don't want the chicken touching the edge of the grill, and we're going to make it where it can't touch each other too much. Little gap there. Everybody's got a small gap, and that's going to shrink some, so I'm pretty happy with that. Fine, that's plenty of fire to get this job done. So next step, let's go ahead and get our lid on. This is the beat up grill that the cow ran over. We're going to put the lid where the exhaust for the grill is on this side. That way that smoke and everything will have to draw and come over here over the chicken. I'm going to monitor this. We're going to start off with this wide open throttle and let that go ahead and run back up. We'll let it run as high as 450. It'll give me an alarm if it tries to go above that. And we'll leave the bottom of the old Weber's going to stay wide open throttle. We're not going to touch it. And we'll just control this. We'll let it run about 30 to 40 minutes, just as hard as it can go. And then we will dial this back and really choke it down about 250 or so. I may even do the bottom a little bit and let it just go low and slow to finish cooking the chicken. The goal is to get a good crisp skin and to get the chicken fully done. We want to take it up to about 200. We want it to be loose at the joint and still be moist. It's a little bit of a trick, but once you've done this on the thighs a few times, very simple to do. So we'll be back with you to check on it here in about 30 to 45 minutes. Over and out for now. Well, before it gets dark out here, I thought we'd have a look at this. And that's right at 412 degrees. Let's take a look, see what this chicken looks like. Oh boy, look at that. That's some good looking chicken right there. Tell you what we'll do, we'll drop this on down a little bit. Get a measurement on the inside of this chicken. We'll pick a thick piece so we can get a good reading. Read that, and I got one more seasoning I'd like to add. My wife is going to allow me to add just a little bit more heat. I've got some red cracked pepper, crushed red pepper. We're going to try some of this. Have to be careful with this because I'm using an open container. This will not quite go through the little small slots that they give you on this, so I have to do a light sprinkle. Let's see how I sprinkle on this. Ooh, that's pretty good, pretty good. People can pick some of this off. This is not super hot, so that's a good thing. Not super hot. Try to get some of that to stick. There we go. That makes it look, actually looks a little bit Christmassy. So now let's take a look at the internal temperature of the chicken, see where we're at. We are approaching my target of 200 degrees real hard and fast. So here's what we will do. We'll set this on there now real careful like. This is where we're going to go low and slow, shut that thing down to almost nothing, and we'll let that sit and finish off. I want to let that ease on up just a little bit above 200, maybe 205, 206, 210, 209, 207, somewhere just a touch above 200, and that way it'll start getting really loose at the joints. So that's going to be some delicious chicken. I'll see you back in a minute. Over and out for now. Wow, it messed around and got dark on us out here at the cook shack. Man, the sun fell quick. Let's take a look and see what we got. Oh, look at that for a target, man. That chicken got right at 208. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. This is man, I'm excited about this. Woo! This is going to be nice. Oh, look at that. Man, that's some good looking chicken. I wanted you to see this before I take it apart. I'm getting ready to take it in the house, but that's some good looking stuff right there, boy. I mean, it is looking fine. Got just enough light in the cook shack out here. Got little lights in the overhead, a little light over here in the corner, a little light over here in that corner, just enough to be able to get the job done where we can find it. The chicken didn't get away from us. So put the lid back on, and I'm going to go in and get us a nice cast iron serving tray, and we'll pull this off and let's analyze it in the house. Be right back. Okay, this is that chicken that came from the cook shack. Let's have a look at one of these pieces. I'm going to start off with this piece in the middle. I love this beautiful piece of antique iron. That's a nice thing to put that on the old stove, get the iron hot, and then as soon as you get that hot, then you got your chicken there. Keeps it nice and warm. Let's try to analyze a piece of this. Let's have a look at this and see how it comes out. And one thing I can tell you, the goal, we'll talk about some of these goals here. I'm doing this one-handed for the filming crew is me and the cutting guy. So I'm doing it all one time, but that's okay. So the goal on this is for the skin to be crisp. So did we get a crisp skin? Let's have a look, see here, and see if we got a crisp skin. I believe we did. Let's see if the meat is still nice and juicy. Put that in my mouth. It is all that. Man, the meat is tender, very tender. The skin is very crisp. I'm just having too much fun with that. Wow. Now watch this. With the blade, I'm going to hit the bone. I'm going to do this by hand. Use the snappers. And demolish it. We're going to terminate it like a Terminator. So you can see exactly what we got here. And look at that. Analyzing. This is my favorite part, really. Tear it all apart and see what you got. Look at that. Okay, so here's the goal. We have a crisp piece of skin. Look at that. Hear it? Listen carefully. Very crisp piece of skin. We've got very tender, very tender, rich piece of thigh meat. Well, off the farm for the carnivore diet is this stuff right here. Look at that. Focus. Come on, focus. Work with me. That is some beautiful looking stuff. $1 a piece. That's some of the best eating that you will ever put in your mouth. I'm going to put that right back in the middle. This is going to be for display. See if any other eaters want to get involved with this. This is our invitation. So I get the rest of the family to have a look at this and see if they want any of it. So we're going to serve this up to the family. We really appreciate you coming by and checking out the Carnivore Diet with Ashley channel. And I hope that this wasn't too crazy for you. Hope you enjoy it. And try these out. Just go to Walmart, get you a package of thighs, fire up the old barbecue grill, build you a big hot fire on one side, put the chicken on the other side, and cook it really hot. 425, even go up to 450 degrees. When you see that skin starting to get crisp, you're getting close to 200, you can turn that grill way down and let it just coast the rest of the way. So practice with it, do it a few times. Next thing you know, you'll be making some delicious chicken thighs, and you will really, really enjoy the carnivore diet with great food. Thank you so much for watching. Tap that little like and subscribe. Over and out for now.